Thank you for checking out this video on Minnesota paid leave prepared by University of Minnesota Extension Agricultural Business Management Team. Each video in this series is geared toward farmers who employ others, producers who are self-employed, or those who work for someone other than themselves in production agriculture. We sincerely hope these resources are valuable to you and useful in your farm or agricultural business. These resources have been developed in conjunction with staff at the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development on the Minnesota Paid Leave Program.
Hello, I am Nathan Holinsky with the University of Minnesota Extension. I want to welcome you today. Today we are walking through the Agricultural Employers Field Guide to Minnesota Paid Leave. This session serves as a workbook to help you navigate the essential steps for registering your account, reporting your quarterly wages, and remitting your premiums starting in 2026. We do want to acknowledge right away here that this educational effort and these materials are funded by the Minnesota Paid Leave Program. We want to highlight that this program started on January 1st of 2026. Minnesota's program is unique. Unlike other states that have similar programs that required pre-funding, in Minnesota, this program began both premium collections and benefit availability simultaneously on January 1 of 2026. So the most critical point for this group is the ag exemption, because many in the agricultural employers are legally exempt from unemployment insurance. So you cannot use a standard unemployment insurance portal system, so you must establish a paid leave only account through the state to report your W-2 employees for this paid leave program where you are not using unemployment insurance. So to navigate the state registration portal, you're going to go to www.uimn.org/employers. The system will ask you a few questions if you meet unemployment insurance thresholds, such as paying 10 employees for 20 weeks or reaching $20,000 in quarterly wages. If you do not meet this criteria, select none of the above. The system will recognize your exempt status and automatically route you to establish the correct paid leave only account. You will not be having to use the unemployment insurance portion of their website. We want to understand the security of this system. Security is handled through a two-tiered system. If you save your registration midway, you'll receive a temporary ID to log back in. However, to access full functionality, including making premium payments, you must wait for your permanent user ID, which is delivered via the postal mail after your registration is fully processed. So you need to register the account, wait for your ID coming in the mail to fully set up your system. When you sit down to file your quarterly report, ensure that you have 4 pieces of information for every employee that you have. 1, their full name. 2, their 9-digit social security number. 3, the total number of hours that they worked. And 4, their total gross wages. So make sure you have all 4 of those things for every employer that you have. Accurate social security numbers are vital for the state to track benefit eligibility for each individual person. So you have 2 pathways for reporting in this system and the proper employee benefits payment, all those criteria that we just mentioned. Pathway A is manual entry, which is best for smaller farms with fewer than 100 employees. You simply enter each record one by one. Pathway B is file upload. This is designed for larger operations to batch process payroll exports in a CSV or a TXT format. Most farms in Minnesota can get by with Pathway A, which is that, again, manual entry with each individual at a time. Payments can be made electronically through the portal or by mailing a paper check with a printed voucher to the state. Note there is a small employer premium reduction at the bottom. If you have fewer than 30 employees and average wages are under 150% of the state average, your employee portion of the 0.88% of the premium is reduced by half. So please note that the small employer designation results from the employer filling and filing the proper quarterly reports. If the employer did not file quarterly Minnesota paid leave reports in the past, the employer will be designated as a large employer at the start. The status will be adjusted in the future, provided that the employer meets the small employer criteria. So when you initially set up your system in the portal, you may be set up as a large employer that will get updated down the road. Timing is everything here with all the reporting criteria. Your primary duty is submitting reports and premiums quarterly. The first major deadline for 2026 is April 30th. So it's coming up quickly here, which covers the first quarter of the year. All reporting uses the same uimn.org system where you were originally registered. That is where you're going to be inputting the data. If you need technical assistance, the Minnesota Customer Service Center is available Monday through Friday. You can also visit pl.mn.gov for common frequently asked questions and a direct contact portal if you have more questions that you would like to ask the state. Also, the University of Minnesota Extension Agricultural Business Management Team is also available to help with farm-specific questions. You can reach us at our email, abm@umn.edu. Also, we want to offer our thanks to the state of Minnesota. This educational effort is funded by the Minnesota Paid Leave Program, which is a division of the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development. Thank you for your attention today, and please pay attention to these important changes for your farm operations. Thank you, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching this production from the Extension Agricultural Business Management Team on Minnesota Paid Leave for Agriculture. Our team is releasing various videos, and if you have a question that we should investigate on this topic or have further questions, please reach out to us at our email address, abm@umn.edu. Thanks for checking out this video.